20 other races, over $40 million. It's covered all the bases. A mountain of the man, a magician of the track and the chrome. At the last race in Pocono, I took one.
All right. That was my good friend Chuck Schaefer singing that, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Blues. And we just had Talladega run last week, I think it was. And it was a heck of a race. And why am I drawing a blank? Because I watched the race and I can't think of who won. It's happening to the best of us. So, but all the local tracks around here have been rained out so much. Bridgeport ran last week with Cale Ross taking the win and the modifieds. And Nick Leach will probably be calling and telling us what's going on. But we should have Earl Krause calling in any second. It's probably him on the line now. He could tell us what's going on at Wall Stadium and a lot of the local tracks that he stays in touch with, because he's one of the writers and editors of the Area Auto Racing News. And we got Earl. Hi, Earl.
Hey, good morning.
What's happening? Long time no talk to you.
Automotive show first thing this morning.
Thank you. Don't put crap in your car, Earl.
No, that's some good stuff there. Very good.
So, yeah, we don't want to hurt your Mustang.
No, thank you. Nope, got to keep that running sharp. So,
yeah.
Very good.
But so what's happening? What did we miss last night while we're talking about on Wide Open Wednesday?
That was a good show. Very good. It was good hearing Tracy Rocap there and her daughter. A number of years ago, I did a column with Tracy when she was racing there at Bridgeport. I remember that, and very dedicated racer, and it's nice to see that she's still active in it. And it's interesting, she's going to be running at New Egypt this year. Yeah, we'll run into her. Maybe we'll run at New Egypt, depends on the rain. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, jeez! Again this weekend, right? Yeah, it looks like it. It's nice all the way up until Saturday, every weekend. Exactly. So I looked at the 10-day forecast. Not that I'm a big fan of the going that far out, but just looking to see, and it's like rain Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and then it gets nice for a few days, and then it starts to cloud up and get ready to rain next Saturday. Yeah. And that's when I'm supposed to run, so I'm going to take it personally that time. Right, exactly. So, well, let's hope they're wrong. I hope they're wrong. I'm hoping. Jeez. Yeah, May 10th. That's your big debut with the 141 there at New Egypt. That's yeah. I'm all ready to go, thanks to Mark Yapel, and everything's all set. I got all the fire suppression system all mounted up. I'm ready. All I got to do is make sure the tires are not flat, and I'm ready to go. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, very good. So what else is happening? Well, if you're on your way to New Egypt on that day, we'll stop over at Wall Stadium a little bit early. We'll be having open house practice late morning and into the afternoon at Wall on the 10th. Free grandstand admission, for the fans to come and watch the drivers shake down the cars before we go racing. Opening night on the 17th. So it's a good opportunity for you. If you have a chance, again, stop at Wall first. You can have the 141 there in the parking lot. People can take a look at it, and then you can head over to New Egypt. I'll drag it around. I'll drag it down. I haven't said it in a while, but people don't realize how easy it is to get to Wall Stadium Speedway. Thank you, coming from this area, you take 195 east, and you go straight down to Route 34. I wish I could remember the exit number, but I've been out of Jersey too long, I can't remember. You take the jug handle on the Route 34 North. And as soon as you get on 34, you'll see Wall Stadium on the left-hand side. You take another jug handle and you're in the parking lot. So, it's that easy. It's about 35, 40 minutes from here. And they put on one hell of a show down at Wall Stadium. And I can't wait till May 17th when it gets cranking. Very good. You're planning on being there on the 17th? Yes. Yes, I am. Excellent. Yep. Okay, that's great. Very good. That was Mark Yapel and I had lunch the other day, and Mark said he's planning on coming down to Wall this year. And matter of fact, he was talking with Richie Pratt that Richie was going to come down as well. Okay. I remember Rich vaguely from back in the day, but it'd be nice to connect with him and talk with him as well as I do with you guys. Yeah, Rich, a member of a very fine racing family. One of his brothers, Ed, was a very fine racer, competed, at tracks like Flemington, East Windsor, Reading, drove for Herb Vail in the number 7. Joe Pratt, the youngest brother, Joe was the advertising manager at Area Auto Racing News for many years. Joe has sadly since passed away. Actually passed away at a relatively young age. But he was advertising manager there at the paper, and he was also the manager of the motorsports show back from the time it started in the 1980s, mid-1980s, up until he passed away. So Joe is a great guy, very much involved in the sport. And matter of fact, when Lenny Sammons, who's the publisher and owner of Area Auto, when his sons Danny and Davey were racing quarter midgets, Joe was the crew chief. He was a very accomplished mechanic on big cars and big race cars. But he also turned the wrenches and did setups on the quarter midgets for the kids. So great guy, Joe Pratt. We definitely miss him.
Yeah, I'm looking over to I just got my Area Auto Racing News yesterday, which I usually get on Thursday, but I got it yesterday. So I have it in front of me. I'm looking at your column right now and see a picture of Wally Dallenbach.
Yes.
In the old 14.
He passed away. Yeah, he passed away a year ago this week. Wally did, and a great New Jersey racer. Again, you mentioned I have a picture of him there with the number 14 of Dick Barney that he raced in 1962, 63, 64, and won a lot of races for Dick Barney. And then Wally went on to compete in midgets and sprint cars, and ultimately competed in the Indianapolis 500 for like 13 times.
Yeah, I remember
IndyCar races.
As a really, really young kid, so it's a little foggy, but I remember when Trenton Fairgrounds was open, we went over there, and I met Wally Dallenbach, and he was actually parked his car over to Wally Marks's house, which is right off of Klockner Road.
Okay, great.
And my dad knew Wally Marks, and so we went over there, and I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and my dad tells me more than I remember. That we met Wally Dallenbach, and he was one of the nicest guys you ever met.
Absolutely, yes, he was. The absolute definition of gentleman, yes. That's great.
So,
and yeah, he won a 200-mile race at Trenton Speedway in the IndyCars in 1977. So that was a great win for the home state fans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember meeting some of the guys at Trenton, and we'll talk about this during your time capsule when we talk about Trenton Fairgrounds.
Oh, looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, we to bring everybody up to speed with that. We're doing something in the studio with Five Peaks Media of doing what's called Earl Krause's time capsule. We did one episode just about the memories of our racing experiences with me, Nick Leach, Earl Krause, and Mark Yapel, and. You guys have just a wealth of memories and experience, and it was great to sit with you guys. But we're going to do that as a series, and we're going to touch on each track. So everybody keep in mind the first one should be available tomorrow. You can check it out on our Facebooks. You can check it out on my YouTube channel, the America's Mechanic YouTube channel. We're going to have a Wide Open Wednesday YouTube channel, and Kate was working on that. But yeah, as of right now, you'll be able to see it. It's about what did we go? About a half hour, maybe a little longer, Earl? And
yeah, we could have gone 3 hours probably.
Oh, yeah.
One story just kept leading to another. But that was fun. I really enjoyed it, sitting down with Mark and you and Nick. And again, just one story about racing led to another as we shared the memories. And looking forward to doing many more of them. It's going to be great. And Craig, who operates Five Peaks Media, he's a great host. He has things going there.
Oh, yeah. Yes, and I'm just so excited about being a part of all this with you guys, and I can't wait to get down to Wall Stadium again a bunch of times this year. I'm not just going to go once or twice.
Oh, great!
So
always good to have you there. It's going to be a great season. This will be the 75th year of racing at Wall Stadium.
Yeah, so Nick and I will come down. We'll do some interviews if permitted, and go around into the pits, talking with drivers and. Talking maybe with the Krause family and you, and
excellent.
And we'll get some memories of Wall Stadium.
Very good. That'll be terrific.
So you also have a fundraiser going on. If you want to touch one more time before we go.
Yes, this coming Sunday. This coming Sunday at the Patterson Family Greenhouses. It's in Freehold, New Jersey, right on Adelphia Road, not too far from Route 9 and not too far from Wall Stadium. The Patterson family, they have a large greenhouse and flower business, and each year they have a fundraiser for cancer research and helping families in the area who have someone that's fighting cancer. And they have a big car show. It's huge. Their business is spread over many, many acres, and they have a huge car show this coming Sunday. Begins about 10 o'clock in the morning, runs till around 3 in the afternoon. Beautiful custom cars, street rods, race cars, all on display. Free admission to spectators, and all the money raised through donations goes to an organization called Live, L-I-V, Like a Unicorn. And it's named in honor of a young girl named Olivia who fought cancer as a youngster. She fought valiantly to beat it, but unfortunately the cancer won. And after Olivia passed away, her parents started a foundation in her honor. Her nickname was Liv, L-I-V, and she loved unicorns. So it's Live Like a Unicorn. It's in honor of Olivia. And all the money they raise at the car show every spring goes to the organization, and in turn the organization helps out local families who have someone battling cancer. Again, insurance covers the basic medical expenses and so forth, but as you know, there's always the intangible expenses, the extra expenses for travel and food and just various things. And they, the organization helps these families out. It's for a wonderful cause indeed, and it's a great car show. It's called Family Fun Day that the Pattersons put on. They have a lot of vendors there. They have hay rides, food, a band. It's a great day for a great cause. So look forward to being there for that. And it's this Sunday, May the 4th. And again, hopefully the weather cooperates. I'm not sure the rain date, but they do have a rain date planned. It will probably be like the next, not the next Sunday, because the next Sunday would be Mother's Day, but it would probably be like the week after or possibly Memorial Day weekend. I'll let you know on that. But keeping our fingers crossed, they'll have the show this Sunday. It's May the 4th, Patterson Family Greenhouses, Adelphia Road in Freehold, New Jersey, for a great event for a great cause.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you for that, Earl. And we got another caller coming in. It's the other Nick.
Okay, we will talk to you definitely along the way, and
all right,
certainly next Thursday morning, if not before.
Awesome. Thanks again, Earl.
All right, guys, have a great way. Take care now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Here, Nick.
No.
Yeah. What's happening?
What? How much did you pay that woman to say that you're smart, Fred? What's up with that?
I don't know. I owe her an oil change at least.
If we were smart, we'd be in Florida with umbrella drinks.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
Exactly. Please tell me that there's nothing majorly wrong with Mr. Foxwell, please.
No, I don't know. You can answer that, Mike.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with Mr. Foxwell. He's all right. I believe he just has a little bit of a cold. Just filling in for him today.
Well, and it's also debatable about the.
But he doesn't realize when he's not on there on Thursdays and not playing country music, I'm the guy that gets the brunt of that, because everybody at the landfill comes to my truck and wants to know what's going on. So,
all right, well, maybe
if you can play a couple country songs, so I didn't get strung up over here at the landfill.
I got you, Nick.
Yeah,
I'll get some
already
tuned
filled
up.
us in on that stuff that you're over there, so and that they are not happy.
Yeah, they are not happy with no country music on Thursday. It doesn't matter who the disc jockey is. You got to play at least 1, 2, 3 songs, or I'm going to get beat up over there, and I don't need that. So, I think that's why my boss took me out of the landfill and put me on a different job, because he didn't want to see me get killed.
Yeah, you're like in a witness protection program now.
Yes, I'm on parole right now. So, but no, we had a great show last night.
Mm-hmm.
Love being at WBCB. Love doing the show with Fred. And things are still looking up, except for the weather. I don't know what we need to do. I wish we could call Mother Nature and bribe her somehow to give us some good weather on the weekend. But it don't look good, Fred. It does not look good for the weekend again.
No, I think we're going to have to do something with the indoor series. So.
Well, we find a billionaire that'll build us a dome over a racetrack and
Oh, yeah.
we'll have it meet.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Yes.
in the meantime, if you were on America's Mechanic this morning and Fred was telling you everything you need to do, trust me, you need to do it because he's dead on in what he's talking about. And go by his lot. All them cars are in there for a reason, and it's because he's good. And the motto we have, if he can't fix your car, it's broken. Just remember that.
That's truly right. It's really broken if I can't fix it.
Yeah, that's right. So, but enjoy the rest of your day. It's going to be a beautiful day today, and just keep your fingers crossed for Saturday.
I got it. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for next Saturday, too, because it looks questionable as of now.
Yeah, we can't have that, but that's your debut. We've got to get you out there on the racetrack.
No, I can't wait to get sliding sideways a little bit, not because it's muddy. So,
I hear you, absolutely. We'll get sideways even off the track, so we ain't got to worry about that.
yeah, I'm going to get sideways in my parking lot. Maybe I'll do something this Sunday and ride the car around in there in my parking lot.
There we go. There's a couple sporting fields around. The race car will go around the track and field the track. That's no problem.
Yeah.
We've done that before.
Yeah, that sounds good. So,
You're doing a great job playing the music. A lot of stuff you were playing I enjoyed, but they're diehard country fans over at the landfill, so I just don't feel like walking around looking like a raccoon for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I got you, Nick. I'll make sure I fulfill that part of my deal on your end for sure. We don't want that happening. No ifs, ands, or buts there.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, see you.
all right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now we have the other Nick on the phone, Nick Marco. What's happening, Nick?
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
All right, you actually got some time to talk now.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
So,
That's what happens when you don't call at 5:58.
Well, I had all the stats for last night, and there was like 5 minutes to go, and with the guests that you had on there, it was a really great show.
Oh, yeah.
The ladies are racing there, and then Wayne's a very colorful character, and
Yeah.
I've been friends with him now for about 5 years, and he's a great guy.
All
So
right.
it's good to have him on the show.
I'm looking forward to having him pass me, too, just like I am having you pass me when I go out there. So.
Well, it's all about having fun. So we're
That's
putting
it.
on an exhibition there, and just have a good time and have fun with it.
Yeah, you won't
So-
pass me in the fun area because I'm gonna have it a blast. So I'm having
All
a
right,
blast
well,
working on the
yeah.
car.
Yeah, well, that's always the adventure. So putting the car on the track, the adventure leads up to putting the car on the track.
There you
And
go. Exactly.
with my car, it's been quite an adventure for the last year. So
Yeah, it looks good. Do you get
Yeah,
Bruce? Do you get
thanks.
Bruce out there yet to get you lettered? Or?
well, Bruce and I were texting, and it looks like next week.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. I'll take it over to him, and we'll get the lettering done. Hopefully, it'll dry for next Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, he was on my car for a couple of days. I mean, so it's not that not a whole lot of time, but as long as it dries and doesn't blow off when you're going past me.
yeah, yep.
I don't want any yellow sticking to my car.
Well, it won't be yellow. It might be red or blue or whatever else.
All right, yeah, we got some of that on my car already. We'll be all right. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, let's talk about some of the results on the national circuits that you have.
All right. So with the NASCAR stuff, we'll start out with truck. Even though the trucks didn't run, we always talk about Stuart Friesen because he's the dirt guy.
Mm-hmm.
So Stuart, so out of the 7 races, it's been one top 5 and top 3 a few times, and then he's led 15 laps and had 2 DNFs. So the last couple of races weren't too good for him, so he dropped from 8th to 10th in points. So we're hoping that he gets better. So Texas is running all 3 divisions this weekend, trucks Friday, Xfinity Saturday, and the Cup cars on Sunday. And so last week, on Wednesday, Stuart went back to Fonda, and they had a 32-lap race there, and he won that. So Stuart won that one, Shepard was 2nd, Anthony Fuego was 3rd, and then Alex Inkowski got 6th.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice roundup.
all right, so then on the Xfinity side, Austin Hill won it. Jeb Burton finished 2nd. Jesse Love was 3rd. Justin Allgaier was 4th. Matt DiBenedetto finished fifth. So in that race, at Talladega and Daytona, but there's so much blocking going on. And there's a young kid out there, Connor Zilich, and he's like the CC rider of NASCAR right now, and young kid, very talented, but these guys get this blocking craze in their minds that sometimes it's absurd. So
I was watching that in the big race.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 lanes wide. And this kid's going from the bottom to the top and looking in the mirror. He's driving out of the mirror and going up and down, up and down. So he was hit on the last lap by his good friend Jesse Love, and he hit the inside wall head on. Thank God for the safer barriers because he had a hell of a shot. But that all stems from all this blocking that they're doing. I mean, if somebody's fast, sure you want to try to race them, but all this blocking that's going on in these big tracks, and it seems to be acceptable. But the thing is that when you block somebody and you really upset somebody and you piss somebody off, well, they might be tired of your blocking and, put a bumper on you. And the way the bumpers line up, with the Fords, they're kind of rounded. They're not square.
Right.
So I think when you tap somebody and maybe sweep across their back end, you're gonna hook them, and that's what happened to Connor Zilich, and he slammed that wall.
Wow.
But so the finish was actually under a blanket, and they had to do it was a photo finish, and Austin Hill won by about a whisker over Jeb Burton and Jesse Love, and again Justin Allgaier and Matt DiBenedetto finished were the top 5. So, but again, the blocking is crazy.
Yeah, I actually watched the tech teardown on Jesse Love's car from when he got disqualified. Was it last week? A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like much, but they say it really creates an aerodynamic advantage. It was something it looked like it was in the suspension. I'm like, wow, I guess that's how precise. Yeah, I'm not a tech guy with the big cars, so.
I think it was a loose bolt or something that the car can move a little bit. And when you're doing 200 miles an hour, if you're gaining a tenth or two per lap, well, that turns out to be big at the end of a race.
My thing is, I'm doing 200 miles an hour. I want all my bolts tight.
Definitely. So, apparently there was something that's a different story. What I'm going to talk about in a few seconds here. But anyway, there's a female driver out there, Catherine Legg, out of England. And she's been getting a raw deal lately, verbally. She's a decent race car driver, more with the Indy stuff and the road course stuff and sports cars. But she was out there in this race at Talladega, and she was actually leading on green flag laps with 38 to go. Now, that was, strategy with the pit cycles and everything. But she was up to 11th with 18 to go, and she was minding her own business. And Eric Amarillo, his spotter, told him that he was clear, so he moved up the track. And Catherine Legg was right there, and he wrecked her. And so I haven't heard any bad news about her this week, but that was all Eric Amarillo and his spotter.
Wow.
And
it's a shame if that's how that happened. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Everybody has a right to be out there.
Yeah. So with Eric, he was pretty upset with his spotter, and the spotter said, "Hey, when I told you it was clear, it was clear." So, you're doing 200 miles an hour, and it could have been that he was clear at that precise moment of time, and when he made the move, maybe that was a couple thousandths of a second later, and she was there.
Yeah.
So, but still, it wasn't her fault that she was taken out.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they get over all that stuff and get back to real racing. What happened on the big ones? I watched the race, and I'm having a hard time remembering who won.
All right, so right now the tech group at NASCAR is very, very busy. So at the end of the race, Austin Cindric won, followed by Ryan Preece, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Logano, Gregson, Chase Elliott. But after a couple hours, that all changed around because Ryan Preece and Joey Logano were DQ'd for spoiler infractions.
Yeah.
So with this is crazy. Let me look at my notes here. So with Joey Logano, one of his bolts were loose, and that's where I was talking before about the lock nuts.
Right.
So apparently the bolt didn't hit the end of the lock nut and it loosened up. And that's why he was DQ'd.
Wow.
And then with Ryan Preece, on the spoilers, you're allowed 2 shims, and he had 3 shims.
I saw an interview with Richard Petty on that, and he's like, "They were being a little nicky picky there."
Well, I don't know what that's going to do, but again, when you're traveling 200 miles per hour, things like that can make a difference.
I guess.
And if you look at Joey Logano, he would have finished 5th. And Ryan Preece was right there again under a blanket. Those 4 cars were under a blanket for the finish, under a green flag.
Mm-hmm.
So the NASCAR tech group has been very busy. So let me see here. So with all that happening, Cindric still won. Kyle Larson moved up to 2nd. William Byron finished 3rd. Noah Gragson 4th. Chase Elliott was in there for top 5. Carson Hocevar, Alex Bowman finished 7th. Bubba finished 8th. Suarez 9th, and Austin Dillon was 10th. So out of that, you had 7 Chevys in the top 10, 2 Fords, and a Toyota.
Yeah.
So, but Ryan Preece went from 2nd to 38th, and Joey Logano went from 5th to 39th. So I guess they weren't too happy.
Yeah.
But, so the drivers can only do so much. The crews and the teams and what happens in the garage. So fines were put out there, and some people might have a couple races off for suspensions. But, they're really looking closely at all this and trying to make it a very even playing field. And, that's what happens. So, But this week, they're all in Texas, so we'll see what happens there. That's a fast track. And with that track, it does eat up the tires, so there's some tire degradation. And that I know for a fact, Fred, because we talked about the iRacing thing, and I haven't forgotten about getting you over here for the iRacing. But one of the tracks that we run on in iRacing is Texas. And you'll get, 15, 20 good laps, and then you can feel the tires starting to go away. And with iRacing, what they do, they go out and they scan the racetrack. So they have some kind of scanner, and it picks up all the bumps and all the nuances of all the tracks. And with the iRacing, I have almost every single track that's out there. And what I want to do with you when I get you over here is put you on Volusia with a big block.
Okay.
Because coming out of turn 2, there's a right turn going down, or left turn rather, on the backstretch of Volusia, which is similar to New Egypt.
Okay.
So, and it's about the same size track, but just get the feel of it, and you're steering the car with your right foot. I mean, you'll turn the steering wheel, but then all depends on the amount of throttle, and you have to be gentle with that stuff too. You can't just pounce on it. But so when I get you over here, I'll put you on a track like New Egypt, and I'll put you on a track like Bridgeport. Okay. And just to get the feel of it, and have some fun with it.
All right. Yeah, I'll get over there one of these days. But, cool. Well, thanks for all the updates, Nick. We're going to have to roll here, and we will be talking for sure.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, and take care, guys.
Thanks, Nick. All right. A couple things before I sign off here. Last night was our last Wide Open Wednesday on WBCB. Keep an eye out for Wide Open Wednesday on Facebook, and we're going to do some YouTube stuff. We're going to do Nick and I are going to do some live, and Kate. But by no means am I leaving WBCB, so I'll be here on Thursdays, and we have a lot of sponsors that we're picking up for the Facebook. But in the meantime, real quick, I'm going to thank Sage Chiropractic of Newtown as being one of our sponsors. Mr. Bob's Porta Potties, Bob and Sherry Drayton been with us for the whole ride, and we signed on another one, which I can't remember, but I know it's Chris Bennett. He just signed on with us for the Facebook run. But I will be here on WBCB on Thursdays with Under the Hood and Need for Speed. So everybody have a great week.